Mr. Real Talk, your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. Hope all is well out there in YouTubeville, wherever you find yourself on the earth as you are watching this video. Are you prepared to deal with the drone crises if this thing does not get resolved? Is there anybody out there who's thinking about where this could be leading to, where this is going to lead to? Or are you somebody out there who thinks nothing to see here? It's just nothing to see here. Not concerned about it at all, not thinking about it at all? I'm going to tell you right now, family, I strongly believe that if this drone pandemic, if this drone crisis, allegedly, if this thing is not solved and figured out, you heard that right, sound confirmation. If this drone crisis / drone pandemic is not figured out, at some point, this thing is going to become more of a problem than it already is. Every single day and night, these sightings are becoming more and more amplified. Every time you turn around, you're seeing something on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It's all over the world. People are seeing drones. People are seeing orbs. People are coming up with all kind of personal theories. And look, why should we expect anything else? Because your government has not been forthcoming about their findings or lack thereof. Whatever way this thing plays out, the government is always going to lie to you. They do not want society to become mentally unglued and start to panic. Because if they were to tell you the truth, how many of you could actually stomach it? How many of you can actually handle the thought being openly admitted to you that you are not alone? We are not alone. There are other beings that come to and from this earth, and there are beings that actually live on this earth that you have no idea about. Your government knows a lot more than they are letting on. And the longer that they continue to go and pretend like they don't know anything, the more out of control this drone crisis is going to get. And for the fact that more and more and more and more drones are popping up every single night, you guys, is there anybody out there who can actually picture and imagine that if this drone pandemic is not solved at some point, that we could actually look up in the sky one day and see the entire sky filled with these so-called drones? Because there being more and more sightings of these things every single day. More footage is coming out every single day. And these so-called drones, they're not lessening. There are more of them beginning to show up. And not only just more in number, they're starting to show up in more places now. This thing is a global pandemic, a global crisis. And nobody out there is giving this thing the proper attention that it deserves. This thing is so out of hand, you guys. When will it stop? A lot of you guys out there still don't think that there's anything to worry about. You don't think that there's anything to think about. I'm asking you, I'm talking to you guys. At what point do you think that this is going to become a problem? At what point will it be a problem? Can you actually see this thing progressing to the point where you come out and even in the daytime, you start to see these things? Or even more, you come out and the sky is filled with these things. Because as of right now, allegedly, the government is saying that they don't know what these things are. They don't know where these drones come from. Drones. Like all these things are really drones. That's how stupid they think the American people are. But the government is saying that they don't know where these drones come from. They're saying that these drones do not belong to them. And they're telling you, even though they don't belong to them, they don't know where they came from, but somehow they know enough to tell you that they're not a threat. If you want to believe that, I got a spaceship for sale and it's only $6.5 million. Email me for the info and I'll drop my Cash App. You can send the 6 million or the 6.5 million to my Cash App. If you believe all those things in the skies are drones. They are only telling you that because they don't want you to panic. Since when have you known these cocky, proud Americans to have anything or anyone flying over their airspace without approaching that thing with aggression? It's the reason that they haven't shot these things down. And I know many of you are going to say they haven't shot them down because it's them doing it. Well, guess what? If that's what you want to believe, you go right ahead. But you don't have anything to prove that. And the longer that the government stalls, the longer that they continue to go without being transparent, conspiracy theories will continue to rise. And these things in the skies will continue to rise as well. These things are not all drones. There are lots of orbs up in the sky as well. You guys, there's so much stuff going on in these skies. What a time to be alive. And every single time I leave out, I'm always looking up in the sky because I know it's a whole lot going on out there. And people are always going to try to downplay it, try to dumb it down because they don't want you to know what's really out there. And they definitely don't want people to panic. Can you imagine how much people would panic in America if they were actually honest with you about what's going on in the skies? Some of these drones are ours, but there's some other so-called drones up there. They are not ours. There are also orbs up there. Some people say that the drones are there to try to investigate to see what these orbs are. You call it what you want. I don't care what you call it. At this point, there is way too much activity in the heavens, in the skies, to act like we don't see this. And at some point, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you believe it or not, if this drone crisis is not solved, at some point, you're going to look up and the sky's going to be flooded with these drones. Are you ready for that? Are you ready? Just want to make you think, Hebrew. 2025 is going to be one hell of a year. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here.